One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Ames, Iowa, home of the Cyclones of Iowa State. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the UCLA Bruins, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Iowa State Cyclones. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Cyclones will boot it away to start the game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bruins offense will go to work first. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away their ability to run the football first. This unit's nasty. They're dirty. I love it.
Lost the fire on second down. On target to the left. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got it inside the 15. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bruins.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
So the Iowa State Cyclones offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the run.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over.
Turning it on! That'll be a beneficial run as he creates some breathing room and gets it up to the 13-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Cyclones will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Got it behind the line. It's coming.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. And it's another 1st and 10 play. Out of the gun to give to the back. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. A little screen to the running back. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. The Bruins look to keep this drive humming. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Looking for the score! And the misfire goes out of the back of the end zone.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Caught over the middle. It's DeMarco. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. And the Bruins are threatening on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And in that situation, on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UCLA.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Scanning the field, it's awesome. Working that left side now. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds his tight end.
We're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the 1st down.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Hauls it in. Gets away from 1. Finds some space. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding. I get the ball to my slot guy. He can make plays after him. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man. Just he catches the football, and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
The Cyclones kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
At this point, trailing...
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. And the Cyclones have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's awesome. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Fires left. Complete downfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. The Cyclones are in the red zone. Wants to throw on first down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa State.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The give to the back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying play action. Fires to the big fella. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Keeps it on the draw. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective, trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
The Bruins will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the running back. Runs through a tackle. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And the Cyclones are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to pass. It's awesome. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wide receiver going in motion. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. The Cyclones are on the move. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
Just keeps slinging it. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. And the Cyclones getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Moving away from pressure. Touchdown, Cyclones! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. That 14-point lead is gone, and now they'll try to get back on top with a scoring drive here. Grabbed over the middle. It's DeMarco.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss. They completely flip the script, almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation.
He's got it on the left. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
And he makes another big play for this offense. And, man, if I'm this defense, at some point I'm going to learn my lesson.
Breaks into the open.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Power football with the run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bruins! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he puts through the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
Looking for a man. It's awesome. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got room on the return.
And how about this defense, man? You talk about providing a spark and some energy. They make the big interception. I think most importantly, Jesse, set their offense up in ridiculous field position.
And that's one thing this defense practices so much throughout the week, right? It's creating turnovers. They are so opportune.
Touchdown, UCLA! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Reese, that's 3 for the young fella. I mean, this dude's smelling the end zone. Anytime he gets near it, you know he's going to lower his shoulder, do whatever it takes to get in the end zone. The hat trick, the 3rd touchdown.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation, and now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back and play zone.
Snagged in the middle. It's locked. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's awesome. Shafted, a first-half turnover can swing momentum. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got it in the middle, it's coming. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. They'll run play action. Looking left. A strike downfield. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. He wants to throw it. Oh, they're after him. Back swinging for the goal line. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They're going to run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just drives it between the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw. It's awesome. Unloads it left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Leaves it with the back. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like the magic from Hilton Coliseum has rubbed off on both teams there so far in Ames. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Jack Trice Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Bruins will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speaking.
There he goes. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. The Cyclones want to move quickly.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Still on his feet at the 45. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. From the gun, the running back has it. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6. And the Cyclones can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking downfield, it's awesome. Shoots it to the left. Got him downfield. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds. The Cyclones will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Tight end now in motion. With the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Iowa State. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit... And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the 3rd quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. No.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Yeah, and the defensive line, you know, 3rd and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on 3rd down.
The Bruins will call on their punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Looks it in at the 40. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. Back to pass. It's awesome. Finds the tight end. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Cyclones have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The play action fake. Looking to the big tight end. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Well, we've seen this a couple of times on this drive now, but having a lot of success with the quarterback sneak, and there's something going on up front right now, whether it's just the offensive line getting a better push or he's finding the crease to the right side of the center or to the left side. Whatever he's doing, it's working. The defense has not been able to stop him, and they just ride the center and the QB sneaks.
The Cyclones will hustle through the line. On the RPO. Touchdown, Cyclones! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And it's
now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Tennessee is on top, but it's not like Peyton Manning or T. Martin are playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 11 over Missouri. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should see.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Right down the middle. He's got it. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Defense not showing press coverage. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completion.
Turning it on. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. And the Bruins are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. The Bruins come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They've been able to control the ball. This is the 7th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's awesome. Flips it out on the screen. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
And the Cyclones come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Really nice job there to pick up the 1st down and get it to their own 41. The give out of the gun. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. The Cyclones in the hurry up.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a 1st down. Oh, and here they go again. 1st down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Trying to set up the screen. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the period, and it's UCLA in the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Here's a hit. He's got an open man. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he... And the Cyclones come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they did have to knock through the extra point to move on top, and they have the lead in the 4th. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And the Bruins in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give to the back. Shakes off the defender. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle, but how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Under fire. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on 3rd down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Took a shot as he threw. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. The Bruins line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Here's the return. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Iowa State sending the offense back out. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
They'll try the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw. It's awesome. A little release to the back. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. The Cyclones will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. He'll start this drive firing. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And how about the defense? How big was that stop? Forcing the punt, getting it back to the offense, and all of a sudden, you feel the momentum now on their side.
Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Bruins! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Pulls and fires complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And the Cyclones want to pick up the tempo. Back to pass. It's awesome. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? They'll try to get it through the air. Such great awareness along the sideline and the ability to get that foot down for the catch. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. Immediately fires to the middle. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Here comes the heat. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day. Good play call offensively, and that's the right place to go with the football if you're the quarterback, but just a better job by the defender knocking that ball down.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. On target over the middle. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
He wants to throw it again. Makes the catch. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cyclones will line it up on 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's awesome. Sets up the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Buck. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. And the Cyclones had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be a draw. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. The Cyclones are in the hurry-up. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Okay, ready? Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Cyclone.
And such a great job by the offense, able to execute there and score a touchdown late in this game. You know, you try to simulate that in practice, but you just can't do it. Guys are going to have to step up when it matters the most under the bright lights, and they did it there. 1 point away from taking the lead.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback up.
Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. On third down, he drops to throw. He's taking a deep shot. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Looking to throw on first down. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
You've got to be impressed by what you've seen from this defensive line in the game, because they're getting to the quarterback, they're getting sacks, and when they can't get there, they're putting their arms up and they're batting balls down. So impressive watching this D-line go to work.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Wants to throw on third. Going downfield for the big play. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense. And I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know where the burners are. You know he can go. So you got to play that deep route. They play it great. Don't give up the big play. Stay deep and don't let anyone get behind you.
Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's coming. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And the Bruins with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Finds his back in the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28. The Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Off play action. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Timeout called by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock. They'll leave it with him. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw. It's awesome. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. Free up the gut. Touchdown, Iowa State. They move on top here in the fourth.
How about that crazy finish for this this offense, man, they needed a big play. The defense knew it. They were trying to stay deep, but unbelievable execution by this offense. They come up with a huge play in a huge moment and take the lead late in this football game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll go out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Looking downfield on first down. Pressure coming. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. A hostile environment.